Hey y'all, it's Hip at Crafty Hope, and welcome to day 28 of ICAD. ICAD means Index Card a Day. It comes from Tammy Garcia of Daisy Yellow, who's also Gypsy999 on Instagram. Now, Tammy has daily prompts and weekly themes to help you for this ICAD challenge, which involves just doing some art on an index card any way you kind of want to do it, mixed media or drawing or whatever. And of course, I'm doing mixed media, as you can see. I'm throwing some stuff down on here. Those themes and prompts are really just there to kind of inspire you if you need it. You don't have to use them. Really, the challenge is to um, alter an index card for all 61 days of June and July. So, my friend Nina Fickett also has some mixed media ICAD prompts that she shares, and let's see. So today, Daisy Yellow's prompt is parachute, which I'm not going to use. I could not fathom how I would use that in my art. So yeah. But the mixed media ICAD prompt is pattern, and I'm going to bring that in here just a tiny little bit. I immediately was like, oh, well, I'll just get a stencil and make a pattern with the stencil, and that's basically what I'm going to do. I start most of my index cards with some collage. This year I'm trying to work through 2 scrap boxes or boxes of scraps that I have in order to let me use some of the other wonderful papers and stuff I have in my stash. And y'all, we're getting here the end of June and I am ready to work with some of my other papers. I'm getting tired of looking at these scraps. But it's okay. I need to get through them. So we're gonna see how I do. I am just, and y'all, I tend to randomly put down these scraps, whatever I'm feeling that day. Sometimes the color palettes go with each other, sometimes they don't. This one, everything felt super grungy going down. There were quite a few coffee dyed things. I think there's a bit of an altered National Geographic on there, a few vintage papers. So it had already kind of a grungy feel to it. And my initial thought was to put down it was a leaf stencil and I was going to use some bright green paint, but that just did not feel right for this card, like with the colors I have going on. So that's going to alter. I also want to tell you that I am heading out of town tomorrow, so the next several videos you're going to get from me are pre-recorded because I didn't want to leave y'all hanging and I don't want to play catch up when I get back. So I hope that is okay with y'all. I've been working the last couple days trying to get those ready so that we both have something to enjoy. All right, so I decided to do a little bit of mark making on here this is a Sharpie water-based paint pen. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I just wanted some big, bold marks on there. So I did them. And then I did this technique I think I've seen from Dee Catron that you kind of pump that paint pen so that a little extra comes out and then you can splatter. So yeah, I splattered it a little and I'm going to dry it. And so here's my stencil. This is a stencil. I think it's called like Moroccan tile or something. It's from the Dollar Tree. It's not a big deal, but it's got several different patterns on it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use one of the patterns on here. And I grabbed some Americana craft paint in Midnite Blue. I love that color. And it felt kind of right for what's going on this card already. I kind of wanted a maroon, but I knew that wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really have that in my stash. So I'm going with this Midnite Blue. I like it. And I'm just going to put this one particular pattern on from the stencil all over this card. So just, I'm not doing a pattern across the card, but it is a pattern nonetheless. And it's going down. And I'm using just a cosmetic sponge, like one of those cheapo ones. And I'm doing it very lightly. I'm not loading it up or anything. I just wanted a touch of color. So once I get that down, I'm trying to remember, I decide, to bring in my yogurt container that's got dried up instant coffee in it. And I'm going to reconstitute that instant coffee with some water, and I'll do some splatter and then decide to just kind of paint a little bit in a couple little areas just to make this feel even more aged and grungy. I had no intent with this card. I didn't really know what I was going to do. It felt very flat though. After I get this on here and dry, I realize I I need some more elements on here. So I go ahead and grab, I've got a pencil case that's got some what I consider focal elements. So some things I've drawn, some paper dolls, stem holds elements, and old photos. And I pull this one out, which has a picture of a person and a cat on it. There was a bit of a like thumb or a finger on one side of it. From whoever took it, so I tore that out. And y'all, I swear, when I picked this out, I thought that was a lady and a cat. It's not. It's like a young man. So whatever. And it doesn't make a difference. It kind of works with the blues and everything I have going on here, I suppose, but it doesn't really matter. And I had a little piece of scrap fabric that was kind of frayed sitting on my desk. I think it's actually from one of the videos I've pre-recorded. And then in my scrap fabric bin, I found this piece of blue ribbon that kind of matches that Midnite Blue. And I thought, okay, well, I'll stick that on there. This all gives it a little more dimension. And I will look at it for a little bit longer than I need to and go ahead and pull out my matte gel medium to glue it down. But before I do that, I want to frame it up. So I've grabbed that cosmetic sponge again and a little bit of that paint. And I'm just going to go around that outside edge kind of lightly just to frame this up a little bit. And then I will, and I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I decided I needed a little bit of movement on there. It felt very structured somehow. So I grab a Uniball Signo white gel pen, and I'm just doing some kind of fluid scribbles with that to get a little bit of white on there and a little more movement. And now I'm going to use my matte gel medium and just a paintbrush and glue down this little stack of fabric and ribbon and photo. It's going to take me a minute to try to figure out exactly how I want all of that and where I want it on the card. So many decisions. I hope y'all are doing well. Like I said, I'm going out of town tomorrow. I won't be as speedy to respond to comments and things like that. I will try to do that, but I'm involved in a convention that I go to every summer, and it keeps me fairly busy. So we'll see what I can do. I will do my best. If I do not respond to them while I'm out of town, I will definitely be on top of that, probably on the 5th, because I come back the 3rd, and the 4th being a bit of a holiday around here, we tend to have some people over to swim in the pool. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, so I'm going to weigh that down. And while I do it, I look for a sentiment, and I've pulled out this list of words that I created in a spreadsheet, and found the word lovable, which I thought was great for that. That cat's getting some love in that photo, so I thought perfect. And it's just, I'm going to use my Oohoo glue stick and glue it down, and then realize that that picture isn't really staying stuck down, so I'll use a little bit more matte gel medium to stick it down and weigh it down, and then that's it. I'm going to give you a few looks at this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And if you do like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. If you haven't hit it, it should be a big red button just below this video. All right, y'all, I appreciate you coming by and watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow in my pre-recorded video. All right, y'all, bye.